Hello, Fabulous Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of September 2016, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. And I've been telling you last month. I think I might have told you the month before as well. I know I've been telling you in the weekly. I know I told you in the general focused horoscope. For love, this is a big, big month for you. In fact, I do think that when you look back at this year of your life, you will think of September as the month when a whole lot happened in the context of love, to help you to understand love, what love would be for you, the love you have, the love that you want. We've got an eclipse happening in your opposite sign right off the bat early this month, and mid-month we have got an eclipse happening in your sign, a full moon eclipse at that. So what starts early in the month will reach you very deeply, will lead and lend itself to some very strong emotional truths that are likely to show up for you, especially around the middle of the month. So let's take it one at a time. You've got this new moon happening early in the month. When there is important lunar activity in your opposite sign, someone will be there. Someone shows up for you, so that you can learn these lessons about love, understand attraction, understand connection, understand sharing. When there's important activity like this, it does mean in an established bond, something will change. A new phase is set to begin with this energy. Now, you do want to be mindful because this particular eclipse is standing across Neptune in your sign and also speaking with Saturn as well. And what this tells me is there might be a lot of hope, there might be a lot of illusions very strong, there might be some disappointment as well, and there might be some really seeing things much more ideally than they actually are and sort of setting yourself up to be disappointed. So you want to watch these things, especially early in the month. So if you're in an established bond in particular, this does look like the possibility is going to be there for misunderstanding. That's what this looks like. And ultimately, this will allow the two of you, in the bigger picture, to find a sense of new beginnings, which can be very empowering. We've got Mercury going retro in this part of the sky as well. So it is possible with this that really communication-wise that there's misunderstanding, or using mediums of communication like text messages, phone calls, lend themselves to misunderstanding. But here's the thing also, when you've got Mercury retro in your opposite sign, if you break up with someone, chances are you may not stay broken up, because some of that breaking up might come about through miscommunication. If you are someone who is in an established bond, this energy does suggest that emotions will likely be very strong, will likely be on the surface, and yet the clarity may need some time to fully flesh out, to fully manifest. It could be that your partner is sort of on a new kick, wanting to do something brand new, sort of take life in a new direction, and it looks like they may not necessarily be very clear what they're doing as well. And so it's like, okay, do I support this? Do I not? How do I approach this? Is going to be part of your learning. And of course, as we move to the middle of the month, we have that full moon eclipse in your sign. And that really is a whole lot of truth coming very much to the surface. Now, for a small percentage of you out there, if you're in an established bond and you know it's not the bond for you, this is where a lot of those issues are really going to be stirred up and coming to the surface. So you want to be mindful of that as well, particularly in mid-month when we've got that eclipse in your sign. It's very possible. You know, the thing is, it's a full moon eclipse. Full moons sort of make you accept the truth that's been building all along. When it's an eclipse, that sense of truth is that much more magnified. And so as I look at this, it does suggest that if you've known something kind of and you haven't really wanted to look at it, this is where it's going to be right there staring you in the face. What do you really feel? Are you getting what you really need in the context of your relationship or not? And this is where there's going to be a desire to resolve any issues, to really put any issues in the past. For those of you open to meeting someone new, having a new moon in your opposite sign, an eclipse for that matter in your opposite sign, as we have now early in the month, chances are someone is going to show up for you to learn some of these lessons, for you to have some of that interaction so that you can know something about what love is going to mean for you. But there's some very strong emotions here. Like, emotion certainly is very heightened around this time. And some of the very strong emotions sort of coming to the surface, it does suggest part of it may be because the situation might not be very clear. Mercury is retrograde in your opposite sign. And so that does suggest that anyone you meet right about now, more is to be revealed. Neptune is in there as well. That also suggests a lot more is to be revealed. There really might be some sort of a mirage. It really might be that hopes are very high, but reality might not be able to match that. So these are some possible scenarios. And that doesn't mean that if you meet somebody, it can't work out. Absolutely, it could. A lot depends on a few things, what's happening in your unique birth chart is part of it. But also, a lot depends on what it is, how it is that things transpire after this month. Because this month, not a lot of clarity. As we move forward from this month, that's when things start to settle and start to become that much more clear. And even before the month is over, and especially once we get to the middle of the month, we've got that full moon in your sign. There will be that level of acceptance. There will be that level of understanding that takes place for you. What I love about this month for you is the abundance of love. There's a lot of love lessons available to you. There will be an abundance of love options, love considerations, love learning, and love understanding. All of that can happen now under a sky like this. This is big. This is significant. So run with it, learn from it, and you will find that what you come to understand only helps you to experience greater love, and especially in the fullness of time, experience greater love than you've known before.